Through Sports with Monga, and what a race we've just had. What a race we've just witnessed. And if you've not watched the Canadian Grand Prix, it is full of drama. The race has ended with Max Verstappen taking the top step of the podium and the number 60. He's won his 60th Grand Prix. What a moment, guys. What a world we're living in. Everybody's just kind of saying, this is the end of Formula One. And here we have the number 60th win of Max Verstappen. What a race. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to be able for more Formula One content coming through. More content around sports. The summer has just begun. We've just seen an amazing, dramatic Alcaraz and Zverev's win at Roland Garros. Also, India versus Pakistan in the T20 World Cup match in New York has ended with a Bumrah show. There's loads of sports coming through your way. So if you want to be on the journey, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and let's get onto it with the Formula One Canada race review. What a race, guys. Max Verstappen and Red Bull bounced back from their Monaco struggles as they returned to winning ways in the action-packed Canadian Grand Prix, overcoming rain showers, multiple safety car periods and restarts, and stern challenge from behind to lead home from Lando Norris. The McLarens have been mighty fast, and they have been pushing through and trying to get the Red Bull to crack. But I think the one thing that's cracked is the Ferraris. But there's a lot to get into, guys. Verstappen followed pole sitting Mercedes driver George Russell in the wet early stages of the race and they were all on inters. There were only two drivers who were on the wets, the complete wet tire, and there were the Haas boys of Nico Hülkenberg and Kevin Magnussen. Two drivers who were on the complete wet tires, everybody else on the inters, on a track where rain was still expected, but it had showered so heavily that you could see puddles. And during the formation lap, it was just maddening to see, like, how do you see behind George Russell? There was no way nobody's going to see anything. But it still happened. A 70-lap race with a lot of jeopardy. Max Verstappen followed a pole-sitting Mercedes driver, George Russell, in the wet early stages of the race until a charging Norris overhauled them both in improving conditions, only for an ill-timed safety car brought out when Logan Sargeant crashed to drop the McLaren man to third. Verstappen mastered that restart, enough further showers to maintain his lead, which he also protected when the track dried up and the field switched from intermediate to the slicks. And again, following a second safety period triggered by Carlos Sainz and Alex Albon colliding, while the reigning world champion ultimately surged towards the checkered flag, Norris took second via a fierce mid-race battle with George Russell, and the latter made do with the third after some late scrapping with teammate Lewis Hamilton and other McLaren of Oscar Piastri. Russell and Hamilton, who had both pitted for fresh slicks under the second safety car, raised heart rates on the Mercedes pit wall when they were wheel-to-wheel on several occasions, the younger Briton making the decisive move for P3 on the penultimate lap behind the top five finishers. Fernando Alonso, home favorite Lance Stroll, collected a double points finish for Aston Martin, while Daniel Ricciardo followed up his strong qualifying performance to log his first Grand Prix points of the season in 8th. Ricciardo's teammate Yuki Tsunoda had been contention for points as well, but a mistake in the closing stages saw him slide across the grass, tumble down the override, promoting Gasly and Esteban Ocon, who also gave Alpine a double top 10 finish. Haas duo of Nico Hülkenberg and Kevin Magnussen initially flew up the order as the only drivers to start the race on wet tires rather than intermediates, but ultimately just missed out on the reward as they crossed the line 11th and 12th respectively. Tsunoda wound up 14th after a costly error between kick salvers of Valtteri Bottas and Zhou Guanyu, with only 15 cars reaching the finish in what turned out to be the most dramatic race of 2024 season so far. Sainz and Albon, who were in the hunt for points, both retired after their coming together, while persistent power unit issues also forced Charles Leclerc into retirement, meant the Ferrari failed to score single point after the Monaco triumph. In addition to the aforementioned Sargeant, Sergio Perez was the fifth and final retiree after he spun off the track and damaged his rear wing. Guys, it was absolutely maddening what just happened. Everybody's saying it was not one of the best Formula One races or Canada. What does it do? The poutine, the Canadian Grand Prix, the rain-laden FP1, FP2, the qualifying almost nonchalant. There's nobody kind of expecting Red Bull to do what Red Bull did, but it was Mercedes, McLarens, and Ferraris we knew were struggling, and we've seen what it's meant. What a race, what a race, what a race. Let's get into it. 5 drivers did not finish, and let's start with Mr. Logan Sargeant. I have no idea what does James Vowles thinks he and him still. Why is he not out of a race or at the fucking Williams seat already? Why can't we just put somebody? Let's put a pigeon in that car who can at least fucking drive it in a straight line and not crash every time. Everybody was struggling, but it's almost like Logan Sargeant brings the best and the worst out of the fucking Formula One. Fucking hell, I was just kind of pissed to see how it eventually ended with Logan Sargeant bring the first safety car, but also like the way he just, there's nobody around him. There's nobody around him. Like, fuck me, come on, do better. You're a Formula One fucking racing driver. At least don't make it look everybody else bad in Formula in F2, F3. They look up to Formula One and they expect a certain level of vigor. Come on. It was a fucking shit, a nightmare, a fucking shit show. For Logan Sargeant. I think he should be just fucking chopped off already. Bring in bring in Liam Lawson possibly in that second Williams, or just Kimi Antonelli, or just put somebody apart from Logan Sargeant. But I don't think that's gonna happen. We're gonna suffer through the 9. Round 9 is done. We're left with 15 races. We're gonna suffer for 15 races. But Mr. Logan Sargeant can be guaranteed upon to bring the safety car out every time now and give some free pit stops to some people. Oh, fucking God. Get a life with Logan Sargeant. Get the fuck out of Formula One, man. Charles Leclerc, the Ferrari, the Monegasque are winning the Monaco Grand Prix, but coming to Canada really on the back foot and also kind of saying that it was never going to be the case. But engine issues with the fucking Ferrari. Come on. We're just starting the Barcelona. We're going to, the tracks are just going to come thick and fast. So we're going to Spain. We're going to Barcelona next. We're going to Austria. Oh my God, man. This is going to be like absolutely maddening to see how it's gonna go, because Ferrari, wow. I don't see them kind of making moves. McLaren was the one that making moves. Everybody thought that this was the time. This was the time for Ferrari to step it up. 24 points behind in constructors, 31 points behind Max Verstappen on the Drivers' Championship. You need to step it up. And this is when Ferrari fucking steps down. They're like, oh, no. We're not great. We're not get fuck off. Fuck off. And like the pit stops, like I don't get the strategy. They put Inters on, they have issues, they come to the pit stop and they fucking put hard tire and they go back in the pit stop, change for Inters and they come back. Oh my God, make a fucking mind. Even if you're a fucking shit, just stick with hard. Like if you're gonna crash, just crash. Eventually they had to fucking retire the car. Eventually at lap 40 they had to retire the car. Come on. Sergio Perez, the other one, celebrating. Everybody said it's a 2-year contract. No. It's a 1 + 1. 25. There's performance clauses and everything. And at the end of it, if nothing kind of, if Mr. Checo Perez has fucked it up again, like he did today, like he just spun on his own. Oh my God, that wheel was broken like my heart. Oh my God, which is disgusting to watch. Lap 51 did not finish from Mr. Sergio Perez, Red Bull Racing Honda. Can't imagine, like, why is he even fucking driving? Just give Daniel Ricciardo some time to at least drive in that car. Just like make it finish. If Red Bull lose the constructors, it'll be because of Mr. Sergio Perez. But I digress. Alexander Albon and Carlos Sainz. I don't know what Carlos Sainz was under a lot of pressure because he already had lost his front wing because of the contact that he had with Pierre Gasly earlier. And after that, he just kind of went absolutely berserk. He had a lot of issues. And again, he couldn't control the car. He spun really bad. And then he kind of backed into Albon. He couldn't do anything. and just wiping both of them out. You know, and that's just sad for Carlos Sainz and Albon. Like Carlos Sainz still made it to the pits, and then they had to retire the car in the lap 52. Both Alex Albon and Carlos Sainz. I think Carlos Sainz will also get a 5-race grid drop to causing a collision or being unsafe. But then, you know, he lost the car. He just couldn't do anything. So yeah, but then FIA is full of shit, and they will give him a penalty for sure. Like I'm fucking sure about that. And on the other side, we had Kick Sauber. They just need a kick in the butt. But then Zhou Guanyu at least didn't finish last. He finished still last because he was the last driver who was still on the track, P15. Yuki Tsunoda, oh my god, that man is just like the minute he tries to be cautious, he fucks it. Did you see? Like he is right behind. I think he's right behind Lance Stroll, or he's right behind somebody, and he outbreaks them. And instead of going still to the track, he cuts the chicane and wants to move through the bollard, but he now has lost the car completely because he has no grip because he's on fucking grass. So at that point, he just kind of doubles down and he just takes the bollard out and he just damages the car. He just kind of damages, but then he still can run, and he joins the track and he still finishes above Zhou Guanyu. So that tells you how shit Zhou Guanyu right now is. But Valtteri Bottas again, like I don't know what the fuck is he doing in Kick Sauber in the Audi team. I think maybe just put Valtteri Bottas in that fucking Logan Sargeant seat to see what the fuck happens, and just get somebody to drive Kick Sauber. Ferrari, you just put Oli Behrman for fucking some races to see how the fuck it kind of goes. Kevin Magnussen and Nico Hülkenberg trying the bold, but then it didn't do the beautiful. It was pretty ugly for them at the end of it. At least they tried to push for points, but not enough pace at the end of it. You could still see that a big drag race at the end of the race, and at the end of the finish, just before the finish line, behind Daniel Ricciardo, Pierre Gasly, Esteban Ocon. They're just trying to cut the toe itself, and so that they can't move around. And Nico Hülkenberg, Kevin Magnussen, stiffing the points, but not enough. Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon, yeah, they also made a contact again, but they're just fucking inseparable. Pierre Gasly finishing in points ahead of Esteban Ocon, just behind. Like, absolute maddening these two boys are. Pierre Gasly's 2 and Esteban Ocon scores 1 point. Daniel Ricciardo gets in the points, P8, a man on the mission. He looked mighty fast. I was happy, but then no, this is not what I want from Ricciardo. I want more points. I want him in the podium. I want him in the fucking Red Bull seat ASAP. Otherwise, just kind of chop him up and let him go. Ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, we had Fernando and Mr. Stroll, the home hero, in his kind of waving to his stand, saying bye-bye and saying, hello, Papa's money. This is what I have given you. I gave you 6 points and be proud of me. 14 points in total for Alpine. A good weekend, but of course, they are clearly, in this race, they were clearly the 4th best team. But Ferrari, and it's kind of an interesting battle right now. Who's going to be the 4th best or the 2nd or the 3rd? Because Max Verstappen's dominance is just kind of amazing. Oscar Piastri, but I'm going to talk a little bit about McLaren because I feel they're the team to beat. They're the team that stepped up the most. They are on the way to kind of push Red Bull into a very different trajectory. Oscar Piastri was amazing. The way he races, that boy is just brilliant. And you know, he's not afraid. He's not afraid of George Russell. He's not afraid of Lewis Hamilton. He's not afraid of going back and killing his own teammate. But he is so strategic and he's so calm about it. He wants to have a good race, and he will do everything, and he will minimize damage and maximize your points. And that's what he does. Oscar Piastri finishing P5 with the 10 points, and behind Lewis Hamilton, who was like absolutely absolutely killing him. A big moment between George Russell and Lewis Hamilton. Could have finished both of their races at the end, but Russell made a mistake. Hamilton capitalized on it. And after that, it was like, okay, I'm going to take you back, Mr. Hamilton. And that's what George Russell did. But then again, They respected boundaries. They didn't crash into each other. Otherwise, it would have been an equal halt, like a Rosberg, a Hamilton issue that had happened. But then they respected boundaries, and it was well done. George Russell, P3, P4 for Lewis Hamilton. Almost felt like he will be back on the podium. It's just Lewis Hamilton just loves Canada, and that eventually did not happen. And Lando Norris, P2, led the race a couple of times. Unlucky this time. He also had the post-race conference did say that, you know, Miami helped me, but this time it's kind of payback time, and Max Verstappen benefited from that, and that's what has happened with it. But Lando Norris was happy the way it ended. Of course, not a missed opportunity, but you could talk about like missed opportunities for like hours and hours, and it'll be hard to know what actually was a reality. Max Verstappen, he was just lucky, I think, in my mind. There was a lot of luck for the safety car, the way it picked up. He was right around the corner to kind of bring in the, go to the pits, change the tires. But Max Verstappen was lucky, and sometimes, you know, you need luck to finish in the points. Eventually, a dismal display for Ferrari, absolutely maddening, mad scenes for Ferrari. Checo, Williams, and Ferrari out of the race. Out. Mercedes, are you back? Are Mercedes? Would you back or Mercedes back? Or Mercedes back? Are Mercedes back? I don't know. Are Mercedes back? That is the question here, guys. Crazy race, rain, safety cars, and absolute madness and mayhem. And let's get into it. Where has that ended the driver championship? Max Verstappen, 194 points, has now a massive gap. Ferrari's Charles Leclerc is lucky that Lando Norris has not already overtaken him. Lando Norris on 131 points in the third position, with Mr. Charles Leclerc at 138. The gap between Max Verstappen 1 and 2 is now more than 50 points. Not what we wanted, 56 points to be more precise, but then that's what we didn't want. We didn't want to race 2 race wins to be the difference, and fucking Ferrari does it again. Lando Norris 131 points, 30 P3, third in the driver championship. Sainz 4th still. Perez 5th. I don't know how this is happening. Piastri 6th with 81. Russell 7th with 69. Hamilton with 55 points. Alonso with 41. Tsunoda with 19. Stroll 17 and 11th place. Oli Behrman is still ahead of Nico Hülkenberg, Pierre Gasly, Alexander Albon, Ocon, Magnussen, Zhou Guanyu, Bottas, and Sargeant. Yes, Zhou Guanyu, Bottas, and Sargeant have not scored any points yet. Oli Behrman, he just drove 1 race. He's still ahead of all of these fuckers. Come on, man. Get a fucking life. Yeah, just doesn't make any sense to me. On the constructors, another point, like 301, 3 and 252, almost 50 points. It's like 49 points between Red Bull Racing and Ferrari. The good thing is Checo Perez didn't score points. At least that's a positive for Ferrari. But we have McLaren in 212, 40 points behind Ferrari. Mercedes on 124, Aston Martin 58, RB 28, Haas with 7, Alpine with 5, Williams with 2, and Kick Sauber still the only team without any points. An absolutely shit season for them. It's a pack up here. Canada race review done. We're going to head to Barcelona. There's going to be a review of the managers, the drivers, domino effect. Do look out for the video. If you've not seen my predictions video, check that out. I think I did well in my predictions. If I'm being honest. Let me have a quick look what my predictions were. I kind of messed up with the predictions last time because I was like, yeah, I don't think I have the right data that I wanted to kind of get this in. Biggest flop, I said Max struggles. Till qualifying, I was feeling he will struggle, but he did not. Biggest surprise, Piastri wins. Ooh. He was almost there. Yeah, he was almost there. Crazy prediction, Gasly scores points. Well, he did score points. He scored 2 points, so that's good for me. Podium predictions, Alonso, Oscar, and George. I got at least one right. George Russell was on the podium. And in the P3 as well. So at least I got double points for that. What the fuck? Why? This is my rookie. Come on, guys. This is me. I'm going to make that P3. I could have gone for Lando, but then, yeah, I wanted Max to struggle. Just wanted to be fun. Almost felt like Alonso might do something, but the car is clearly not kind of clicking for them. But then if you're not checking out the video, do look at that. And of course, get in the comment section below. Let me know what do you feel about the Canada Grand Prix. What were you rated from 10, from 0 to 10? I would say it was a perfect 8. Yeah, I think it was a perfect 8. Jeopardy, everything that I wanted, I love about Formula 1 happened. Get in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. Formula 1 is back to Barcelona. And let's see who takes the podium there. Until then, have a nice one. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon to be updated for more videos, and hit the like button, guys. Share with your friends. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Ciao.